Hi there, Linda Hollington with Caldwell Banker Paradise. Thank you for joining me. We have an interesting subject today that we don't think about. They used to think about this years ago, but squatters and trespassing. We are seeing a lot of this because people sometimes own two or three properties and they don't always have people managing them. They do it themselves and they haven't been to the property in a few years to see what's really going on there. So, a squatter or a trespasser on the property. A squatter is someone who has been on the property for some time, claims right to the property, and has done improvements to the property. Yes, this can happen, believe it or not. And you go back in to try to reclaim it, and then you do have a legal battle on your hand. A trespasser has not altered the property and has no pathway to ownership. So that's a different thing, but it's still a legal thing sometimes to get them off the property. So if you have property that you don't go to regularly, you need to have someone there who manages, if you're renting it, that's there, that goes into the house, that sees that there's no one in there living there that's not supposed to be there. It's a very important thing. And it's happening all over the place. Just Google it if you don't remember, if you don't believe me. Inspect and make sure this person is inspecting it on a regular basis. And if you go in, I actually had this happen to me one time. A lady, I worked with her brother. She lived up in Washington, D.C. and got him a place to live. He bought a place for me, and then he got sick and he died. She ended up with his properties. Well, he had two properties. And he told me about this other property. He says, oh no, I don't want you going to that property. But here it was her. She had to get rid of it. So I went to visit the property, right? I go through the neighborhood. It looks rather questionable. Even the neighborhood does. My husband was with me. We pulled in the driveway, went up to the door, unlocked the door. We went in. It's obvious someone is living in here. Okay. First door down the hallway, there was 3 bedrooms down the hallway. First door down the hallway. We peeked in, and there, sure enough, there's a bed on the floor, and there's drug paraphernalia there. I looked down the hallway. I could see in the other bedroom that there was evidence of someone else living in there. So I didn't take another step down the hallway. And then I looked at the bathroom door. It's shut. So what do you think? Yeah. So my husband was ready to go down and open the door. And, I says, nope, nope. This is not our job. We came to check the house out. We're leaving. And I made sure I said that loud. So we backed out of the house. We went down. We drove down the neighborhood. I saw several people watching us. And I stopped when guy was in a pickup truck and went up to him and talked to him. And I said, do you know who lives in that house down there? He says, who are you? It's like, and I says, the owner's wanting to sell that house and he doesn't know that someone's living in there. So if you know who's in there, you might want to tell him to get out before the police come. I don't know what happened there. I just excused myself from handling the whole thing because it was going to be a mess until she did it. I think she finally donated the house to an organization that would help homeless people. I suggested that to her, that maybe she could make that donation in lieu of trying to sell the house and the property, since it was going to be quite a battle to do that. Anyway, so it happens. I've seen it firsthand. So make sure your property is being taken care of if you're not around, and you're not going to be around for some time. Thank you for joining me, Linda Hollington, Caldwell Banker Paradise. We'll see you again soon.